Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've did I think one or two videos in the past on how to prevent rust on the Ridgeline's rear arch right here. I have rust at the corner right here. Like before this application, it was rusting underneath here, which this helped. But where there isn't coating, you can see how it's rust right there happening right there. So this bed liner I use works. But because this corner right here is still paint, it's just paint. Whatever kicks up, scratches the paint right here, the bare paint right here, rust. So now I figured, you know what, I'd rather just deal with having a random layer of paint on this corner right here rather than rust. So I taped this arch right here. Might not be perfect, but it's good enough where I can spray on a layer of bed liner right here. Thankfully, my truck is black. If yours is not, it's up to you whether you want to do this or not. But for me, I'd rather have a random strip of black paint right here versus rust. So this truck has 69,000 miles. This is 2013. I do a lot of city driving. It's not that fairly old, but I try to do my best to keep everything rust free, and even so it just rusts. You just can't hide from it, especially in the rust belt region. So surprisingly, what I found out while sanding this down is there's very little paint coverage in this area. Like, I'm applying the same amount of like friction all across here, and you can see how much it's retaining here versus here. I'm talking like 2 or 3 passes and the metal is already exposed. So I'm thinking this is a manufacturer painting error here. It's just not that much paint coverage in this area for it to last. So I have to pop off the bumper right here to get some of the rust in this corner right here out. But yeah, I've noticed just a few passes and already it's appalling, I tell you. But right here, it held up just fine. So there's a lot of paint coverage here, but in this corner right here, not that much. So that could be why it's rusting, or is a common issue right here in this area for the Ridgeline. It's not that much paint coverage. That's what I just found out. But yeah, now I'm just gonna wrap this up with some kind of plastic, give it a first light coat. I'm gonna start on the other side. So I went from 220 all across down to, and then I said a 1200 grit just to get the surface of this scuffed up. You can see here, down here, it's all scuffed up. You don't want any gloss at all. So that's, for me, is fine. So yep. So this is pretty thick down here. I probably got 2 coats down here already. So, but yeah, and I'm just gonna coat this up real quick. You can see some gloss right here. I'm just gonna scuff that up real good, then just cover it up in paint. So I got everything all taped up, masked up, and we're good to go. So this is the product I'm using this time around. It's part number HALB 15 ounce bottle. Runs you about 13 bucks a can. Just like this, like to cover my Ridgeline runners, it took almost 2 cans to cover the runners. If you want to do the runners, this will cover two runners, 2 cans. But I doubt this will take 2 cans. Probably maybe half a can if I do multiple coats. So I got some extra right here. Let's see if I can get some on camera. Just light coats. Where is it? Just light coats. And then I'm gonna let the tack off for a second. I'm gonna come back, do a heavier coat. So right there. The cool thing is it has a shine to it. Now the shine only lasts maybe 1 season, and then it will dull out to a gray finish. So keep that in mind. If you want to top it off, probably spray some kind of clear coat on top of that if you want to keep that shine going. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that grayish look to it. Again, this is more of a purpose thing than more of a visual aspect of it. So, but yeah, this is how it is. So you can see how gritty it looks. But yeah, that's my solution to this. Again, if I have to do this every 2 years, I'm fine doing it every 2 years, as long as it doesn't like fall off. Then I'm fine with it. So, but yeah, this is my solution. Or if you want, spray this on top of it and get a matching paint color for your truck. Paint over it, because I know a lot of the Tundras, they'll have like, for the lower section of the truck, the doors, they'll have this very texture look to it. They probably spray some kind of like rust protection for that strip down here, and then they just paint over that section to match the door. Obviously, this is before the whole process of painting the car. They have this already layer of like protection before painting the car, obviously. But if you want to do that, that could be a possibility. If you want to do that, I would recommend doing this right here first. And then, again, this is, unless you're a pro painter, obviously, once this dries, move that tape line up a little bit, paint your color, and clear coat it. You know, that way you will have a layer look to it, obviously, but you can probably sand that down, scuff it down just a little bit, and then polish it and see if it helps. You know, that's also another solution if you want to try that. Or if you want, get like a not polyurethane, get a urethane epoxy primer. Those are really kind of hard as well. You can probably just do this tape line, prime it several times, paint over it, clear it out just a bit. You have one tape line, you know, and then you just try to like polish it in and smooth it out. Or you can just bring it up to this panel right here, this edge right here. So once you polish it, you don't see that hard edge as much, because this corner kind of like blends it in a little bit. There's several ways you can do it. Obviously, it won't look nice. I mean, it could look nice if you're a professional. If you're just a regular DIYer, you just gotta compromise at some point. You know, you want this arch rusted out, or just try to prolong it as long as possible. So there's gotta be some give at some point, you know. So I'd rather do this. But there's several ways you can just add on more paint to this. Obviously, there's a very thin layer of paint right here from the factory, obviously. But yeah, again, I will start the other side, and I will basically show you the finished look after everything is done. All right, guys, so this is the finished product. This is zoomed in. It's not too, it doesn't really, like, it's not offensive looking. I'll back up just a bit. You can't even see that until eye level you start seeing it. So pick your poison, I guess. I mean, if you have any other better ideas, leave it down in the comments. But this is my solution for my black Ridgeline. I did 4 coats of this for both sides. So we should get it in focus. Yeah, I just can't get it in focus. Maybe. Yeah, there you go. So that is my solution to the rust and the arches. Down here, I gave it full spray down here underneath this as well. So, but yeah, if you guys have any other ideas, let me know. This is my way of preventing it from further rusting.